this is the Eufy Robovac S1 Pro, an autonomous robot that not only vacuums your hardwood floor, your carpets, has a mop built into it to mop your floor. And this is its base station where it's going to redock itself, going to charge, it's going to clean out its own dustpan, and it's also going to clean out its own mop, clean out its own water, and also dry the mop so it doesn't get stinky and smelly and moldy while it's sitting here. One of the core goals on this channel is talking about how tech meets lifestyle, and how in this world of technology that we live in, how different technology can bridge the gap for us and make our lives easier in different ways, be it for leisure or for productivity, for work and things like that. So I'm gonna break this video down into 3 pretty concise, easy to understand sections for you guys. The first being what the Eufy S1 Pro is actually capable of, and how to use the app on your phone to get the most out of your Eufy S1 Pro, and then some of the maintenance things you guys are going to want to know if you're planning on having this for a long time. As you guys are new here, my name is Dave, and I do tech. You have a primary 3D matrix eye camera here that does a great job of actually mapping out the layout of your home. But something that I think is really neat as well is that the eye is able to mark out where specific types of home items are. Now, other smart vacuums that you guys have probably seen in stores from other brands typically are only able to actually clean them up when they go back to the docking station. But Eufy's actually made a world first always clean mop that utilizes air pressure, forcing clean air up through the massive mop roller, where the water comes from the onboard tank and mixed with that cleaning solution, so that the mop is constantly being cleaned while it's actively in use. And in practical terms, the reason that matters is because that ketchup stain that you just picked up isn't getting spread somewhere else in the house. And the 3D matrix eye system projects 300,000 dots on the environment in tandem with the 2 cameras on board, and the LiDAR sensor generate a 3D rendering of its environment. And so your S1 Pro is able to intelligently detect obstacles and objects, so that way it keeps itself safe and it's not going to be sucking up your kids' socks, your cords, phone chargers, cables. And the sensors on the bottom are what allow it to determine that it's on a hardwood surface or the carpet, so that way while it's driving, it'll know to mop the hardwood floor, it'll detect that there's carpet, it'll vacuum over the carpet, and then continue mopping on the hardwood surface. Yeah.
Like an overlap.
That is really impressive.
That's insane. Sorry.
Yeah, she avoids mopping where the rug is, and then resumes where she knows the hardwood is. Wowee. And with the same technology, you know how sometimes like crumbs and dirt and stuff sort of get snagged into your carpet? Well, it'll know when it's on carpet and it'll increase its suction intensity to pull those things out of there. And the tires on these have tread for actual grip, but what's nice about them is that they actually do have some give. And so because of that, it's also able to traverse uneven terrain. So I have to say this docking station is really impressive. So you have a couple of different options here. So at any point in time, no matter where the S1 Pro is in your home, you can just hit the house button, it'll come back. This is where you go to stop and start it from here if you don't want to use the application. And here's where you're going to actually click to switch the modes.
Vacuum mode, mopping mode.
And what's great is that at any point in time, if you're not sure what exactly is happening with your robot or your base station, you're hearing a lot of noises, this indicator here is going to have a lot of different information for you, letting you know that it's cleaning out the dustpan, the dirty water, that it's loading in new water, that it's drying the mop for you. This is really comprehensive, gives you a lot of information. There are also a ton of options inside the application for using, say, Google Home integration, for scheduling different times that you want your S1 Pro to actually clean the home. So you can set it at any point in time to mop or to vacuum. You also have the intensities for the suctions. You have turbo, and for mopping, you also have the different options for your standard mopping, your turbo. I have it set, just as an example, to not clean this little square cutout because we have shoes and stuff here. And so I can have that little red line indicator so it knows not to go in this area specifically. It'll genuinely come up here, it'll go through the carpet, but it won't turn into this area. Say for example, I never wanted to clean in the dining room. I can just set that red square there. It'll know not to go in that area. Before I go any further, I think the biggest possible praise I can give this thing is that my mother has been incredibly impressed with it. We actually had a party recently over the weekend, Saturday night into Sunday night. The dog, kids, there were crumbs and chips and stuff all over the floor. We went to church the next morning, and to test it out, she said, while we're at church, put it on. So I was at church, I was able to, through the application, set it to the mop mode, so it was going to vacuum and mop. We came back, there was not a crumb anywhere. And my mom is one of those moms that has a keen eye and attention for detail. A lot of you guys can probably relate, and she was super impressed. And so in my sphere of like barometers and social interactions, that's a really high one. Mama Velez is impressed, I'm impressed. Now in terms of maintenance, this one's pretty easy. So you have this little handhold here.
Water tank removed.
So here's where you're going to place the water into, and that water tank is where the S1 Pro is actually generating ozonated water with their leading EcoClean ozone technology, providing high levels of disinfection, can actually eliminate up to 99.99% of germs like E. coli, which for technology and an investment like this, it's nice knowing that it's not just pushing the dirt around, but is actually disinfecting it, which sounds like that should be the case anyway, but with other brands, that may not always necessarily be the case. And right behind there is where you're going to have the solution that actually mops your floor. The machine automatically mixes this with the water in order to give you the cleaning solution. You have little line indicators here letting you know how much you have left. And then back here you have
Dirty water tank removed.
Indeed. So this is empty right now because I actually cleaned it out yesterday. And then lastly here you have your dust bag. You can actually just pull this little tab. It'll come up. And then you're going to see it in here. When you're installing this, you really just want to make sure, super easy peasy, just slide. Just place it in a little slider right there, and you're good to go. In terms of keeping up with the trash that it produces, incredibly easy, I would say. They have step-by-step instructions built into the application to maintenance every single part of this device. And there's also health indicators built into the application to let you know of the wear and tear that's happening on the device. But everything that you need to fix, you can actually do yourself. And it's great that Eufy gives you the instructions to do so. Now, full disclaimer for you guys is with every piece of content here on the channel, Eufy did send me the S1 Pro to review for you guys. But I can definitely say this thing has been incredibly impressive. We've had it for about a week now at the time of me recording this, and it's mopped and cleaned the floor impressively every single time. But the technology here is incredibly impressive. My fiance and I are actually looking for a home right now, and although I'd like to leave this here for my family, I think I might have to take it with me because it honestly is incredibly impressive. And again, one of my core mottos on this channel is where tech meets lifestyle. And having a robot in your home that can take care of a cleaning load for you in this capacity so you have more time for other things, I think is immensely complimentary as far as technology goes. So thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out. I wish you a fantastic remainder of your day, afternoon, or night, depending on the times you are watching this. And as always, peace, love, adios, bye guys, and have a great day.